Hello and welcome to another episode with Mole Thoughts. My name is Chaos Mole, and today Microsoft has apparently tried to buy Bungie multiple times, but they were apparently too expensive, and Microsoft said, you know what? No. Now, if this is true or not, we do not know. That is a rumor. It has never been made official. Bungie has said, though, this never occurred. Like they were totally not in the talks with Microsoft. Then again, keep in mind, unfortunately, game developers sometimes lie a lot because, well, they signed an NDA and there is some really important talk here. Like, just think about it for a minute. When everybody finds out that Bungie was in a talk about being sold, there is a news which could have ripple effects, which can be helpful, but also super damaging to both companies. So they are, of course, playing it down and saying, nah, this never occurred. What are you talking about? And, well, Microsoft has said nothing to the rumors, but is it true? Well, we don't know. But what would that mean, and why would Microsoft want them back now? If you didn't know, Bungie itself worked with Microsoft before, and they're the original creators of Halo. Now, before 343 Industries was actually taking over, which is like an internal studios which took over the Halo license after Bungie was leaving. And people are saying, yeah, but that doesn't make sense. Why does Microsoft wants them back now? And oh wow, they kicked them out like years ago, and now they want them back. Where Destiny is running well. Okay. Stop. That is not how it worked. Like Bungie and Microsoft have been very open how this relationship basically worked out. First of all, Microsoft has never owned Bungie. Yes, they worked on Halo together and they were super duper close, and there were definitely talks at some point if Bungie would become a Microsoft company, but it never occurred. And then at some point, well, Bungie wanted to move on. Bungie wanted to do something new, in this case, Destiny, and they were looking for potential sponsors. And Microsoft was definitely one of those publishers which could have gotten the bid, but, well, they were a little bit indifferent here. And most importantly, good old Microsoft at that point was very much unsecure if they even would stay in the gaming business. Like, that was the time where Microsoft was this close to just say, okay, you know what, Xbox, nah, we don't need gaming. Gaming as a business at Microsoft doesn't have a place. And what that studio wants to leave, yeah, whatever. Oh, Halo, we can do that internally, whatever. And that's very important to note here. Like, it's not that Microsoft kicked them really out or they never wanted to work with them. Like, it was just that the part of the company who was in charge at the time wasn't just really into gaming. Now, that of course changed drastically in the last few years, and now gaming is an integral part of Microsoft. And it makes totally sense for Microsoft to say, okay, you know what? Maybe we want Bungie back, because people always complain about that Microsoft doesn't have like the big studios. Now they have, of course, worked on that for the last few years, and Bungie would have been definitely a big addition. Now the rumors are saying that Bungie asked too much money from Microsoft, and that Microsoft says, nah. So to make this clear, when this is true, and they actually were in the talks for getting Bungie back to Microsoft, and they are saying, hey, they asked too much money. It's not like that Microsoft doesn't have enough money. Like, come on, they bought Minecraft for, what was it, 3.2 billion, and they were intending to buy TikTok for nearly 50 billion. It's not like that Microsoft doesn't have the money, but they're a company and they have a certain amount of money they want to spend on someone. And when, let's say, Microsoft said, okay, Bungie, listen up, we will pay 5 billion for you. And Bungie says, nah, we are worth at least 10 billion. Then Microsoft has all the right to say, nah, that's a bit too much. It's a bit too much here. And it makes sense that then this never really did end up in anything. Now, Bungie and Microsoft definitely work very close to each other. If you have also missed it, Destiny 2 is coming to the Game Pass, and even the newest expansion will be on the Xbox Game Pass. So they are already very close. And there has been another interesting rumor, which maybe has to do something with this, or maybe doesn't. But apparently, Microsoft paid a lot of money as of recent for something which isn't an acquisition. So they spent some big chunk of money for something which isn't buying a studio. Maybe they have now some exclusive rights for the next expansion or something like that. Like Microsoft is definitely investing money, but it doesn't seem like they really wanted to buy Bungie in the end. And again, if this really occurred, we don't know. Like just because Bungie is saying, nah, this never occurred, don't get me wrong, but well, I'm pretty sure it happened at some point because most developers would lie about this, or more importantly, a lot of people don't know about this. Like, you cannot believe how very few people actually know about acquisitions or changes inside a company. Like, most of the people will be let in the dark. So when somebody says, like, hey, yeah, this never occurred, and I have to say, well, uh, are you in the position to know about this? Like, if that is not a little bit above your pay grade here, like wonderful example of crazy things people sometimes don't know about this is when Mixer closed down, right? Like Mixer got closed down by Microsoft, and the people who worked on Mixer, like the streamers, the Microsoft people, they found all out at the same time with a tweet. They didn't know about this. And this is unfortunately very, very common in the gaming industry. Like there are even instances I've seen in the past where developers don't even know what their colleagues are working on. Like, hey, you were working on project A, right? Yeah, yeah. You're project B, right? Yeah. What are you working on? I don't know. I'm not allowed to tell you, but we're in the same company. Yeah, sorry, can't tell you NDA. And like, if that is already the case, you can believe that the amount of people who know about these type of ideas or plans for an acquisition are very small. Because you can also imagine what would happen with the people who are working at the company when they find out that their company is trying to be sold. That can have repercussions. And so they don't necessarily want to know about that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that these talks occurred at some point with Bungie, but it never came to fruition. Do I want that Microsoft buys Bungie? No, no, I don't. Like, I think that Bungie is a fantastic developer for their own right, for their own good, and they were just happy that they left Activision behind. So, for whatever reason, I don't really want them to back to Microsoft. Like, no thanks. I think they're happy as they are, and they're making enough money to keep this going. So I don't really see them having a reason to go to a new publisher or a new mother company or whatever. Like they don't really need that in my opinion. But with that said, that was it from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to get more gaming news and more gaming analysis, definitely make sure to check out my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/chaosmole. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.